guys, so today's video is going to be 31 things I've learned in 31 years. I do not know where this tag came from. I don't know who started it. If you know who started this tag, please let me know in the comments down below and I'll be sure to link them in the description bar. So let's go ahead and get started. 1, don't keep things that don't make you happy. Sometimes it feels life to get rid of things, and don't just keep something because you feel like you're supposed to. If it doesn't make you happy, get rid of it. Number 2, have reasonable expectations for yourself. Sometimes I make to-do lists and it's like, what human on earth could possibly accomplish this in one day? And that would not be me. But sometimes I set my expectations way too high for what I can accomplish in the time. I guess I need to sleep and eat sometimes. So be reasonable with your expectations. That leads me into number 3. Don't impose your expectations on other people. Sometimes it's easy for me to get my feelings hurt because I will think, well, why didn't someone do this for me? If I were them, I would do that. And when you kind of put expectations out there that are a little high, it leads to maybe hurt feelings and stuff. So sometimes it's just nice to not have super high expectations, and then you don't get disappointed as easily because everybody does things their own way. 4, do what makes you happy. Number 5, learn how to be happy for others. Sometimes this can be challenging, but I promise if you can be happy for other people, you yourself will feel much happier in the long run. 6, realize that sometimes really bad things happen to really good people, and it doesn't mean that you're a bad person or you did anything to deserve it or that there's a reason why you're being punished or everything in the world is against you. Sometimes bad things just happen. Number 7, don't let family relationships spoil if they are repairable. Now, of course, there are instances where family relationships are beyond repairable and they're not safe, and you should definitely cut off contact with that person. But if you've had an argument over something trivial, if there's a way to repair that relationship, I would encourage you to do so. Life is so short and you never know when you may lose a family member, and you would never want the last things you said to be an ill word. So I challenge you, if you can, to make sure that if you have relationships that are worthy of repairing your life, that you do everything you can to do so. Don't feel like you have to do it all at once. I think sometimes, especially being a mom, there's this outside pressure, feeling like you have to be cooking these organic homemade meals and your kids need to play 10 instruments and you need to have a perfectly clean house, and some days none of that's getting done. So don't try to do it all in one day. It's okay if you just take it one day at a time. 9, don't feel bad if you don't have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of friends. I have a few close friends, and I'm okay with that because honestly, for me, I'd rather have a few close friends than a lot of friends who just kind of liked me. Number 10, be confident enough to go against the grain. Sometimes this is way harder than it sounds, but it's okay to be a little bit different than everybody else. Number 11, don't let a running toilet run. It is very, very expensive when you get your water bill and you haven't fixed it for 3 weeks and you didn't realize that the water was running. You just thought it was cycling over and over, and yeah. Number 12, don't put off what you can do today to make your dreams a reality. I remember seeing a poster that said, dreams don't work unless you do. And it really inspired me to be like, you know what? I don't need to do it all at once, but I can do something little every day to make my dreams a reality. Number 13, don't ever assume your children are really brushing their teeth. Number 14, don't forget to live in the moment. Our kids are only going to be little for so long. Your friends and family may move away. Don't get so sucked into things and social media and having your phone on all the time that you forget to live in the moment. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love to have the hours to myself where I can just sit and veg and watch YouTube videos. But when I'm with other people, I like to unplug and I like to engage and I like to live in the moment. 15, give people the benefit of the doubt. Had somebody cut you off in traffic, maybe they're going into labor. You just had a woman in behind you in the line be really rude. Well, guess what? Maybe your husband just came home and said he lost his job. You have a teacher in class who just totally singled you out and embarrassed you in front of the class. Maybe she just found out that her mom has cancer. I mean, it doesn't give people an excuse to be rude, but sometimes we don't know what's going on in other people's lives, so it's best to just give the benefit of the doubt. Number 16, be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself for your own mistakes. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to do is forgiving yourself for things that you know that you've done wrong. And it's easy to replay those things over and over in our minds, but it really doesn't do any good. So if you've resolved the issue and you can think of a way to do better next time, let it go. Forgive yourself and move on. Number 17, you only have one body, so do your best to take care of it. Number 18, this is something I struggle with and I'm learning all the time, is it is never a waste of time to do something for yourself. I have a hard time justifying my workouts or things like that because I just feel like, oh, I'm wasting time or I should be doing this or that. But like I said, we only have one body. You only have one you. You only have one life. So just Make the very best of it as you can, and don't feel guilty for taking time out for yourself. You're important. Teach your children to accept diversity and to be kind to everyone. No bullying should ever be tolerated, and people should be respected no matter what they believe in or where they come from. Number 20, having a bad day doesn't mean you have a bad life. Number 21, it's okay to say, I'm not okay. Sometimes when you have feelings or symptoms of depression or anxiety, it's hard to say I'm not okay, but there are many resources out there that can help you. And if you are someone who is struggling with anxiety or depression or thoughts of self-harm, please get help. It's totally okay to say that you're not okay. You don't have to be happy all the time. You don't have to be perfect all the time. It's okay to say you're not okay. Number 22, travel. If you can afford it, even if it's small trips, even if it's just going around where you live, you will never regret traveling too much. You'll never be like, man, I sure missed that day in the office. I really regretted that. 23, try to think of others. Sometimes when you're in situations, you could say inconsiderate things and you can just not even mean to. It can just pop out of your mouth and you just think, oh, I didn't realize that could be coming off as rude. So whenever I'm in situations, I always try to think of others and think about how what I'm saying might affect other people and do the best I can to be kind to everybody. 24, make time for service. It's really easy with how busy our lives are to think that we don't have time to help other people, but if we want to make time, we can make time. 25, it's okay to say no. This is something that has taken me a long time to learn because I'm a people pleaser and I hate disappointing people. And so to tell someone no, I just felt like I was being rude and I was being a bad person and I didn't want to do that. But I've had to come to learn that it's okay to say no. It's okay to say, you know what, that doesn't really work for me, or no, I don't want to do that. It's okay. I promise. You can be nice, but you can say no. Number 26, rinse your dishes. 27, don't accidentally get off your Wi-Fi and then spend the day watching YouTube videos and then accidentally drain all your data and then you only have like 10% for the rest of the month. Not that I would know or anything. 28, don't underestimate the power of laughter. Sometimes when all the world seems bleak and everything seems horrible, it's just like, you know, sometimes you just gotta laugh, you gotta cry, and I know when I'm feeling down, if I go look up like my favorite comedian or my favorite funny YouTuber and I just get that all-out belly laugh, it makes me feel so much better. 29, set goals. You're never too old to set goals or too young. Sometimes in school you think, oh, well, you know, I set goals and what do you want to be when you grow up? And then you get to be grown up and then you're like, well, what am I doing now? It's never too late to set goals and you always can have new things that you're trying to accomplish in your life. Number 30, it's okay to do nothing once in a while. It really honestly is. It's okay to say, you know what, today I'm going to take care of me. I am going to do whatever I want. I'm going to lay in bed and watch YouTube videos, for example, or I'm going to take a day out, go to the park with my kids, and it's also fine. If you just want to take a day and just do nothing at all, that is really okay. And number 31, smile at strangers. You know, we're all going around our day and we're all just busy and there's nothing wrong with just smiling at people you see. I promise you that smiles